So I think to make a successful life is to have good teamwork, good social skill, and luck plays a very major role. I think the right time, the right place is very, very important. How important is resilience to someone who wants to get ahead?
I think it's vitally important. I teach my kids the same thing. You're very likely to fail, right? Whether it's in school, whether it's in your job, or whether you're playing sports or music. What you do with failures is the key.
Yeah.
Right. You should not be afraid of failure, but you should always learn from it.
Yeah.
Try to do better. Try to analyze what you can do better, what is outside of your control. If it's outside of your control, you need to learn, okay, this can happen, right? Then you factor in your next calculation.
Very important point. I have failed many times and I've learned from it. You get your experience. It's like AI, it's all the data that fits into your head. And next time we won't do the same thing again.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, exactly. When I started my scholarship, Albert, I mentioned that, someone who is mature is very important. Someone who has a good social skill is very important. And the most important of all, I like to choose scholars from a very humble background. And they don't come from privilege.
Well, we all would like there to be more social mobility. That is not necessarily the case, whether it's in China or elsewhere in the world. But I think as a young person, preparing yourself for any potential opportunity is key.
Yeah.
And for that preparation, I think you need to study hard, work hard as usual. And when the opportunity arises, you may be able to capture it.
In China, you're lucky because you're screened into, everybody has equal opportunities. But in other parts of the world, if you have no money, you can't get to a good school. So it's very hard to break that cycle to get ahead.
I would agree with part of that statement. I think, if you come from a more privileged background, life is easier, as everyone expects you to be. But in places like China, and to a great extent to the UK, maybe to a less extent the US, the schools, if you are academically very strong, you can go up without paying much tuition. Right? If you do well in exams, you go to a better secondary school and a better university. And no system is perfect, but I think the Gaokao system is pretty fair.
Yeah.
Similarly, in the UK, now they are trying to make it more equal, whether you come from a private school, which are the public schools, they call it, or state schools, which are the government schools. I think the ratio is improving for the people who go to a government school. And I think that's a good thing. So I think it's never going to be completely equal. But certain places, you have a decent chance.
Albert, what is more important, education or life experience?
I think that would very much depends on your age or the stage of life you're in. If you're in your early 20s, then obviously you just finished school, 6 years of primary, 6 years of secondary, and maybe 4 years of university. So that is the largest part of your life up to that point. So education is vitally important. That's how you differentiate yourself, to show other people that you are more hardworking, you're more talented. And then from then onwards, I think the studying part stops. It's your life experience that will determine whether you progress well in your job or any job, whether you work for other people or eventually decide to start your own company. Then those will be, you will draw from the life experience more.
That's true. But I think life experience actually starts from the day you're born. My experience was I met a lot of good friends at university. Life experience, I mean, it's all these interesting people that I met who've actually enriched my life, including in the business world. And so I'm very lucky that, this life experience for me has actually enriched my life, and it leads me to do what I'm doing now. So, okay, what has been the biggest lesson that you've learned?
You have to be prepared, but things will happen that is outside of your control. So I think one of the things I always tell myself and I tell other people is I like to plan things, but I fully expect things will not go according to plan. So hope for the best, prepare for the worst is something I tell myself all the time. Whether it's work, study, or even a simple travel plan, which I enjoy planning down to the details, but things will go wrong. Flights will be canceled, there will be delays, and you have to be prepared for everything. And I think that applies to life in general.
Yeah. If you had to go back and start your journey again, what would it be the same, or would you do something different?
I mean, I can't complain about my life much. If I were to tell somebody or tell myself from 30 years ago some advice, I would tell them to read more books, which I thoroughly enjoy now. I do a lot of reading every day. Back then, I was a very nerdy, very good at math, and didn't enjoy reading so much. And later in life, I thought that was a very valuable thing to have.
Can you just give a one-sentence advice? How do you reach the peak?
I think any advice for the young people out there will be study hard, work hard. Only if you are well prepared, then when the opportunities arrive, then you'll be able to grasp it and utilize it. Good luck.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Albert. Thank you.